Man, that Arca one. Oh, Poe in the forest with his truck nuts. Dropping anything from high enough will make it flexible. Not if it... it's got to stay together to be flexible, though. Look. Okay, so Arca in the forest is the only loss so far. Stupid Arca. Everyone dies at 30 minutes and 2 seconds. No, you can... We made it to 31:30. I've had people say they made it to 33. So... There's no enemies, it's only death though, so you're just literally just avoiding death. No pun intended. Alright. Oh, Bibble or Axe? Wow, that's a tough call. Let's grab the Bibble first. Fine. Now is not the time to pick this weapon. Well, what can you do? How much do the upgrades help, and how much fun is it when you die at 30 minutes? Okay, so the meta upgrades, yeah, they probably help, but there's one in particular that helps a lot, which is the extra projectile. Dying at 30 minutes is way more fun than grinding it out for 2 hours. Because it gets to a point where you've won, so why would you want to keep going? Like, it actually gets boring. I'd rather die at 20 minutes. Good news, someone has figured out a challenge run to this game, similar to FTL, hard, no pause. It is hyper, no power-ups. You got to run through all characters on both maps. Yeah, I won't be doing that. I'm running all characters, both maps, alternating the map though, with all power-ups, hyper mode. And that is fine for me. Let's get Bracer. The no force is refunding your power-ups. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm not doing it. CBF. I've only got gold left to get. Do you think the no pause would be closer to... Oh, let's get the attract orb. So the knife. I think the no pause would be more like doing hyper mode. Modes like hard mode. I'd say it's, yeah, like I already said, I think the hyper mode's like no pause. So you're just playing regular FTL no pause. Hard would be more like refunding your abilities, because that makes it harder. Hyper makes it more like no pause. Yeah, I think that makes a lot more sense. Interesting that making it harder would be more like hard mode and making it faster would be more like no pause. I thought that just would have... maybe that's just the 5-head strategist. Hyper mode feel a bit more fun, yeah. Thanks, Timnos. Sorry to hear about your tome as well. I've always thrown the axes so far off the screen, they're eventually like just falling down now. That easy dupe. Yep. I can see why you think that. That kind of makes sense. But I think it's probably easier to sell it as the hard option is making it harder by removing your things. And the no pause is faster. Personal opinion, right? Granted, no pause does also make it harder. Around. No, I've got the track the orc thing. Faster projectiles make axes fly further. Faster projectile also makes crosses go further before they come back, because they're being thrown faster. They're going to go further. Physics. I won't pick up too much because we've got a fairly strong magnet ramp. Alright, Naughty Pine. Oh, come back here so I can stand in the middle of you. Should be standing underneath these guys. There we go. It's much better. Because axe throws up first, so it's almost a guarantee hit on them. Oh, I'm watching the bat, not noticing this dude's giving me a hug. go find some chicken. Feeling vulnerable. Yeah, because of the it's got that pop sort of sound. Yeah, definitely. Okay. What's the next? Which is light. Oh. Which is still light. It's still in the early game though. Just. Chicken. Yeah, I got everything on the first day. And then just been playing more because it's fun. Unless there's more hidden characters that no one knows about. X-Dash in the library will be interesting on that challenge you're talking about, Demonstrate, because he won't be able to outrun the first exploder. So there's a potential you just die to the very first mob in library. No, that's okay. Baby tech. I like it better when the mantis is on top. I like to be on the bottom. One plants disappear. Yeah, he's really slow and has less hit points. Even with speed boost, most of the time I do still take some of the explosion damage. And it takes like half his health. Yeah, I was wondering if I should stream this on on 720/30 and just throw the bitrate at the lower frame. They do upload, but the later ones last longer. What level Bible is that now? Be a level 6 and 7 Bible. Okay. Now this is where we want to clean up. So I think we'll have to like maybe cross. What do I want? Oh, Spellbinder. Definitely want Spellbinder for Bible. And then either cross or Santa's water if I have to. Clean up and level in this minute. This is the 11 minute, you just want to go ham. Do I want crossover Santa water? Probably not. Let's take it now since it's been offered. I want Spellbender. There we go, mate. And we just got to level up. Werewolf is eating me. Good. That should get us through the tough part just in time. Oh, we've got a thing. Okay. Let's hang around here. Yeah, I like Attractor definitely more out here than in Library, just because you end up walking around more. In Library you tend to go, well, you can go back left and right, and at least there'll be red gems. I get a knife up for bosses, but I think 10%'s worth more on everything else. Yeah, at least as big as Bible. Yeah. Problem is, as you go make the radius bigger, the Bible gets bigger as well. Oh, because I've got candelabra, so it's... I wonder if candelabra affects magnet as well. So if you didn't have candelabra, you obviously wouldn't have a Bible as what range as big. But you'd your magnet would be outside, could be outside that range. Oh! Just got to be good at video games. Yeah, that's a crazy chest. They've done that really well, how the music keeps looping, gets a little bit higher, and then you think it's going to stop, but it just plays another round. Blue chest. Whatever, man. Look at our passives, and then Fire Wand and Garlic have the lowest priority. Although there's Garlic max. We'll get the passives up first. Garlic's 1 off max, so it's still the lowest priority. Yeah, we also can't evolve it. Oh, it's a Fire Wand higher than Santa Water? Probably not at the moment. That's it. Feel that bit. Yeah, you need the, what's it, the Pomelero or something like that. It does make, obviously, the Garlic upgrade a fair bit stronger, but at this stage of the game, it does the least amount of damage, even as an upgrade one, because it just, enemies don't get to it. You know, like, look at this, we sit there, and the Fire Water, or the Santa's Water will go around, occasionally the Fire Wand will go off, the axes will fire out, the knife's gone off, so nothing's getting within Garlic range anyway, so it makes for a pretty poor upgrade choice. But there's situations where you know, depending on what you've picked up, it might be a good choice for you. You just have to, you know, keep an open mind about it. Maybe if you don't get Bible. I think one of the issues then is that it's non-scaling. So Spellbinder, Spinach, Bracer, and Candelabra all affect a lot of the weapons. Yeah, for a final mob crunch, but I've done that to The reason that final mob crunch had been so hard was because we were missing out on other weapons that killed stuff before it got in. It doesn't keep going up to 4. I'm not choosing it around Skyman. I've been choosing Santa Water. Which also explains why it looks like it keeps going up to level 4 and is still level 3. What do I think Santa Water is? Naughty List Children's Tears. Beer. You don't want to be doing that at Blood. Apparently you can get sent to hospital with that. Must have been a magnet in the So we're just waiting for the 20-minute boss. Truck nuts, NSTs, and Santa's bathwater. Yeah. These guys did a good job of comic relief. Dude, I want you to upgrade my fire one, please. Thank you. Alright, so now we want to hunt down like an NFT or a necklace. Oh yeah, the bats are level 1 enemies, so they die to the Santa's water. So, pretty quickly. Yeah, I haven't been able to kill Death. We froze him for a long time. I think the best chance to see if it's possible would be getting him stuck in a bookshelf. And then, like while you're standing next to a necklace. Rosary, I think probably it's called. The plants are so chunky. Okay, there's an NFT for if things go bad. And because it's near the chest, we can go looking for something else, and the arrow will point us the direction to get back here. Crazy how this game caught on, but Nova Drift kind of got slept on. Nova Drift, you've got to aim more, right? Because you do keep shooting in that. Plus, also the this is up, down, left, right. Nova Drift has sort of drifting tank controls, acceleration, asteroids. So it's a different feel. I also feel that Nova Drift's definitely more technical in terms of builds. This is also $3. I think also, like, yeah, like you said, Castlevania. It's got that obvious look to it straight away, where it's such a generic look. This is that it doesn't. The art genre, I get, not the character genre, doesn't really turn people off because it's not really a vampire game. It's just kind of like, but it kind of is, but it's just got monsters and stuff. Whereas Nova Drift, it's like, it's in space, you're flying in a spaceship. And even though that really shouldn't matter in terms of gameplay, that is likely to be a lot of people go, yeah, I'm just not interested in space games. Oh no, I accidentally got down a T. Panz, what'd you do? Let's go find another one. I ate some floor chicken, not that it matters. Actually, something that I'd like as a quality of life would be an option to turn on auto eat, like if it's a grab bag. I don't need any gold anymore, so why can't it just auto eat the chicken for me? Don't even bring up the window. Just turn it into chicken straight away. Hey Farguns, how you doing? I think it found an undeserved art style with this game. No, I think it's more of a... Even though, like, you could say it's a vampire game, because it's just got a more generic sprites, like we got mummies here and plants and an old man and fireballs and axes. It's not really a vampire game, right? Oh, thanks, dude. Appreciate it. Whereas, and Nova Drift, anyone who's played it knows it's not really a space game. You just kind of, it could be, it could as easily be someone skating on ice, right? Or using socks on a polished wooden floor. But it's all sort of space looking, and the graphic fidelity is high enough to make it look like a space game. So it's just a contrast thing, whereas, so people could take a look at it, see the screenshots and go, yeah, I'm not really into space games. Wait, underserved, not undeserved. Okay, yeah, reading's tough, man. Not so, yeah, okay, so actually answering it with the proper words of underserved. Not that it's an underserved one. It just doesn't the art style doesn't pigeonhole it at first glance into a certain type of game. see if we can go find another NFT, because I was dum-dums and used the first one, even though I had a chest telling me where it was, so I didn't have to accidentally use it or lose it. We have to get one going sideways, because if we go down into one, our dude will automatically do it. I'm sure we're going to be fine, but it's nice to have a necklace or an NFT sitting off to the side just in case we get scared. Because I get scared. I mean, you guys know I like to nitpick at games, especially if they're bad. But for starters, this isn't a bad game, it's a very good game. But I was actively trying to look for stuff to pick on, just so you wouldn't think I'm playing favorites. But I don't care, I'm playing favorites. This is like an amazing game. You know, I wish the music kept playing when you loaded up the game on the starting screen. So that when I load up the stream and the title screen's sitting there, you guys don't have to come in and have 10 minutes of silence. Stupid devs should have put music in. I mean, like, that's the best I can come up with. Like, there's some little things here. I'm using WASD. Hang on. You can also use the arrow keys, and so many games leave that out. Why would you want to use the arrow keys? I don't know. But you might. And it's there. You can also use a controller. It's fully controller available. Okay, so one of the things that I think that is could be improved on. If you're going to have a 16-bit art style, keep it at 16-bit. Like, have an option for a truly 16-bit thing instead of having increased bits under things like the holy water. Santa's water, sorry. Obviously the fireballs there have a bit more to them. Especially in a bullet hell. But that's like... I'll use spacebar. You switch from your Steam Link playing on controller to PC and on the keyboard? Yeah, I was playing... I played... I had to do a couple runs off stream on the controller. And... It was mostly the same. I find that I've got... Sometimes if it gets a little bit tight, I actually feel I got a little bit more control with the keys. But it's very insignificant. But like tiny, tiny, tiny little things that might make it feel better for me, I wouldn't say things to say are wrong with the game. Like anything that could be a very minor quality of life improvement, or is just a nitpicky improvement. I'm not picking on bad, like trying to find things that you could say are potentially bad about the game. I can't find any. I actually like, someone suggested a final boss. I think I actually like it better that it doesn't have a final boss. Because yeah, there's elites in the game and they give drop chests and do stuff, but it's not about boss killing. Oh, actually, there's one. If I was going to change anything that I think is slightly out of balance, I think the 25-minute boss in library is too strong. Especially compared, well, if you compare it to the 25-minute boss out here. But, you know. That's all I can come up with. But also I think the grass texture, at a certain point in the game, if it became a single flat colour, would be better for a lot of computers. instead of having a grass texture. Still have the path, but have it as a single flat color. Very good. Good one. You wonder if grass is affected the bitrate? Yes, it is. But only when all the artifact stuff is happening. You also think people say they want very challenging games more than they actually do. Okay, so 100% of the I agree with that. When we talk about people, we talk about groups of people, or and let's group them up. And they're not casual gamers or mobile gamers or any other type of gamers, but people generally just don't know what they want. Right? People come up with the worst ideas in all sorts of industry. Severo. And they're like, I want the best example is the Homer Simpson car. For anyone old enough to remember the episode, Homer Simpson came up with the perfect car, and it bankrupted his brother's car business. It's a cartoon, obviously, but that's what happens. Right? The Homer, yeah. I know what I want. It's my. I want it. It's my money. I want it now. Yeah. Yeah, well, there's more things they could definitely do with the game to make it more game, but based with what they've currently got. The separate bubble tops to shut the kids up was genius. I mean, a better option is just don't have an extra seat. That's why that's probably why motorbikes were invented, right? Because this is fun. Dude, Santa Water going nuts in that run. It's strange how sometimes, depending on what you do. There you go, Kizron. Santa Water, what's the word? Venerated? Something like that. Slipways was one that sat so close to the being played list for me, and then it just sort of too many games came out that went above it, and it's one of the games that I do regret not playing when it came out, and I'd like to get back to it one day, but it's now on that list of games that I will one day never get around to playing, unfortunately. Heroes of Hammerwatch is still really close to that line. If anything, Heroes of Hammerwatch might actually be an offline play, an off-stream play. But I currently am dedicating my off-stream gaming right now to Rogue Legacy and getting over it with Bennett Foddy. My cauldron's getting very shiny. Still no sub 10 minutes.